bit rate averages out to be about 6.1, 6.2 for this movie. Yeah, I was made up to actually find that the quality was better than I thought regarding this previous work, previous film, specifically Bay Cove. I was mega surprised at that. It turned out to be a proper film, right? I was shocked at that, and I was delighted by the bit rate I was just saying there. Averages at about 6.1, 6.2. Okay, now when you consider it, when you consider that the Silence of the Lambs had it in its definitive edition, its DVD, it's averaged at about 3.8 megabits, right? Okay, so, you know, when I got this home, I was made up with it, right? When I finally put it on late last night, and when I discovered it blew up on my 50-inch plasma beautifully, right? Anamorphic as well, wasn't just yet presumably 4.3 from a DVD-R. It was anamorphic. It watched just like a normal, proper quality DVD, and I was made up by it. I was absolutely chuffed to bits. Right? Regarding the Silence of the Lambs edition, this is probably the definitive edition. This has probably got the worst bit rate of all in all my collection. It probably has. There you go. And you at home, YouTube land, may well have this in your collection. The Silence of the Lambs definitive edition. Check it out. If you've got a home theatre kit which can give you the readings of the bit rates, check it out for yourself. It's got a really low bit rate. So I was, you know what, I was mega surprised by that. Mega surprised by this film. It watched cinematically, with me expecting the worst from the cameo we had in Stead Bay Cove. I touched on the narrative there, being cinematic, of cinematic style, as well as the cinematography. It was great. It was filmed in LA, I think. LA, California. A lot of exterior shots as well as interior. It watched like a proper movie, and I was well impressed with it. Didn't expect it at all, with it being A, an early work, and B, coming straight after Bay Cove. Don't, if you're tempted to check out, for curiosity's sake, what it was like Bay Cove, don't. It's not even worth $1. Alright? It's not. And I think even in the scene he's in, he's got sunglasses on, and he's actually in a car, a vehicle. Right? He doesn't actually get out of the vehicle at all. Right? It's you know, it could be anyone with fair hair. Yeah. Till if you wouldn't recognise it as being Woody Harrelson. You wouldn't recognise the actor in question in that movie as Woody Harrelson. So, you know, chucked to bits with this. Chucked to bits with it. I didn't have it on the volume. I wasn't watching it for the story. I had it on. I bought this out of curiosity's sake. It was a curiosity piece for me because I knew he was in it for a long period of time. Even though I'd heard that the namesake was there for the marketing campaign, I still knew he was in it for a fair bit, and he was, and that's what I bought it for. And literally, it was simply just, I bought it for curiosity's sake, and for that, you get your money's worth. I wanted it, and I only discovered it recently online that it existed. Researched it, and it being just Region 1 online, and me having a Norwegian player, and I got it. I'm shocked that I haven't seen this anywhere in my local shops, anywhere. Like I was saying in my video yesterday when I wrapped it, I'm astounded as to its obscurity. I'm just taken back by that. completely taken back by that, because it watches like a proper movie. That's the cherry on top. It watches like a proper movie. It has a proper followable narrative. Beginning, middle, character development, and it has an end. I've put all the other films away now, just like all the other films. Anyway, move on a little bit now. Something I want to add. In the break there, I thought to myself, I've got Kingpin. Went to look for it, came back with these two. You'll probably scream at the camera, "Where's Indecent Proposal when it's at?" Well, it's here. There it is. Again, it's got a Dolby track. It plays absolutely fine through a theatre kit. It's an original. It's in a lovely large hard case. It is an original copy, that. It's not an ex-rental. And secondly, Hi Low Country, as Stephen Frears. Hi Low Country. Again, in a large box. Not an ex-rental, it's an original retail product. Both great films. Indecent Proposal, everyone's seen Indecent Proposal. This one, people may not have seen. And as I was getting my movies out before, I completely dismissed these two out of my memory, because they were actually in a part of my home where all my old VHSs are. I've got, even though I had a few VHSs in my collection, in my display earlier in the video, I've got several places in my home where I have VHSs stored, and these were in a section which I hadn't been. Didn't find Kingpin. I know I've got Kingpin. I couldn't find it for love nor money, other than tearing my flat apart. Couldn't find it, but I know I've got Kingpin as well. Now, as to the order in which I bought these, amongst all my movies I showed you earlier, I couldn't say off the top of my head. I couldn't say now, but they would say slotted in round about. I bought them round about the same time. I probably bought them from the same second-hand DVD shop. It was in about from a similar type box. I probably bought them both around in the middle of that whole array I had earlier. You know, if you scan back, you'll see that I had like a half. It was in like two halves sort of thing. Half of the movies I bought earlier and half I bought like later in quick succession. I think these came out somewhere in the middle. Sorry about the unexpected break just earlier. My card ran out, didn't it? But yeah, very entertaining films. If you've got a VHS player, a stereo one, you know, a multi-head one, and it works fine. Videos still, you still get great reproduction from videos, both sound and video, with a Dolby track. If you play them through a home theatre kit, they'll sound just the same as a DVD, and they will watch just the same as long as you're watching them on a smaller screen. VHSs fail flat when it comes to 50-inch plasmas, but even DVDRs win out there. But as long as you're watching VHSs on a small screen, they're fine. As I say, through a multi-head video VHS player, they still, you know, I support VHS still to this day. There's absolutely nothing wrong with VHSs if you've got the right equipment to play them on. Nothing wrong with them. Nothing wrong with them. Anything else about Cool Blue? The actress here, the the lead actress, the only female in it, Ellie Pooge. I don't know if I showed you the back before my SD card ran out of it. There she is there. Oh, there's no light now. In fact, I haven't got my camera on that. There you go. There she is. Now, she looks like the girl who was in The Purge, doesn't she? The English girl who was in Dread 3D as well. But it's not her, because that picture is circa 88. But he looks just like he did in Wildcats 2 years earlier. Look at him. They don't do the doody do doody. Yeah, fabulous. But I've not seen her in anything since. I've not googled her name, to be honest with you. There it is, Ellie Pooge. She's great in it. She's absolutely wonderful in it. It's great, the movie. It's like brief outline of the film story. It's Woody Harrelson and Hank Azaria. They both play good mates in it. Two men who share a flat, right? Woody's autistic. I think Hank is like a wheel and a dealer, wheels and deals in import export, that kind of thing. And I think what happens is Woody gets a break. He's an artist, and he gets a break. He gets some work bought from an art gallery. They ask to display his work, and they pay him so they can display his work. To cut a long story short, and that's where he meets the girl in this art gallery, and everything works out great for him with this girl and that. And Hank Azaria's character, he's still, chugging along, making his, wheels and deals. But as the movie goes on, Woody's character gets a chance of packing a bag and moving on up in the art world. Gets an opportunity. Gets a break. And he has to contemplate everything, his whole life. Does he move on? Does he take this opportunity? Does he take the gamble? And that's the pivot of the crux of the narrative. And as I say, it's a perfectly fine film, perfectly watchable, even though it's an early movie and it came straight after Bay Cove. Perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And if you can still get this copy, it'll be the one which is getting DVD-ed, both for Common UK. It's on Amazon now. I'm not getting paid off Amazon. All I'm saying is, if you're a Woody Harrelson fan like me, right, it's a recommendation because it's a solid flick. I couldn't believe it when I only discovered it the other week online after being so much into Woody's work since day one. It's like the bolt out the blue, that for me was cool blue. There you go. Hope you've enjoyed my Woody Harrelson spiel, and that's my that's what I got. That's all I got. Over and out.